to be rude, but did you say masturbate? Welcome again. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, welcome to Jattractions. For those who have been here for a minute, welcome. It's been a minute, right? It's been a minute. I disappeared for a year, but for good reasons. I don't have an explanation, nobody's a good reason. Last year, 2023, I told you guys that I was going to release all the St. Anne, all the St. Anne videos for 12 Travels of Christmas. However, a thing happened, I didn't get to do it. So I disappeared for a year. I was in the process of trying to figure out which direction I wanted to go, and in the process of doing that, I'm kind of clear now what I want to do. And I know this is vague, and I'm not explaining properly or explaining clear enough for you to get what I'm trying to say, but I needed a break. In 2022, I went to 18 countries, including Jamaica. I call Jamaica one of the countries too. 18 countries. The word I could find for what it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But I was exhausted. I was exhausted. I was changing countries almost every 2 weeks. I kid you not. I had this goal. I was at this country for a minute. I was like, oh, this is fire. I love this. Da 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 da. Boom. I had to move again. And I had to, but I chose to move again because I was like, oh, this is the goal. Let's go. So I was spending two weeks here, 3 weeks here, a couple days here. It was just based on how I was feeling. And then I got to Nicaragua because I started from North America, and then I came all the way down to Central America, then went to South America, then flew all the way back to North America, then back to Jamaica. Long story. But I did it was not 360, it's a 180. Probably 360. Yeah, but I went all the way down to South America, all the way down to Chile. I crossed over to Brazil and flew all the way back up to North. I was changing a country every 2 weeks, and I was tired, and I kid you not, when I was planning the trip, I knew how I wanted to navigate it based on what would be most cost effective, but I kid you not, I did not know that the southern part of the world experience winter at a different time. So in December 2021, I left Kingston, Jamaica in winter. Then I flew to Miami. Then I went to Atlanta for my friend's event. And then I flew to Mexico. Mark you, all of this time it is freezing. I left in a jacket, right? So I went to Mexico, and I landed in missed flight, all the things happened. I got to Monterrey. This is a really cold part of Mexico. There was a connection, and I went to Mexico City. I was there for a week, and it was freezing. Like, people don't know that Mexico is cold. Mexico is cold during that time, so in the winter it was cold, right? And then I went to Belize. Then I went to, I think the temperature kind of changed, but it was still winter, so you were still kind of experiencing the chilly weather, right? And on top of that, where I was staying in Belize, it was on an island off Belize, which is San Pedro. So it was you were getting the sea breeze, or the ocean. Is it sea? Is Caribbean Sea, sea breeze. So that was winter, all the way down to, so as I was going down, it started getting warmer, right? I got to about Nicaragua. I spent a month in Nicaragua. And then I got to Colombia and I was like, wait, what's happening? Isn't it supposed to be getting warmer? Bro, when I tell you the temperature just got worse and worse and worse, it was no joke. So for almost the whole trip, for the whole year, I was in a jacket. I was in sneakers. I walked around in gloves almost for the whole time. It got to the point where when I went to Chile, it was so cold that I was sleeping in two jackets. I had a thick socks on, and I had gloves on and a blanket while sleeping. I kid you not, because the place, their heater wasn't good. It wasn't snowing, but it was freezing. When I crossed over to Chile, from Chile to Argentina, snow.
It's snowing outside.
Snow.
It is snowing.
You guys, snow at the boat. Snow.
It is snowing.
And because I was in, my body was just always changing to different like temperature, and just, I didn't get time to like, it was hot, then it was cold, then it started getting hot again, and then it started getting cold again, because by the time I came back to the US, it was freezing. I feel like I was in winter for the whole year, because I started in winter and I was almost about to go into spring, then I went in winter again, autumn, then went into winter, and then just when it was supposed to go into summer in Argentina around September, October, I was going into autumn, then into winter. So it was an experience, man. I was changing time zones like crazy. And when I got back to Jamaica, I slept for a month. I kid you not. Like, I was so tired. And then on top of that, when I got back to Jamaica, I jumped on Knoxford and I went all the way to St. Anne to do 12 Showers of Christmas, and I came back to Kingston. I was like, I was tired. Okay, so 2023, I didn't do anything. I didn't do a thing. But I was in the process where I was trying to figure out which direction I wanted to go with the channel. I had all of this footage because market, I tracked everything. I know how much it costs to go in a country. If you ask me how much I spent in Costa Rica the time I was there, I can tell you how much I paid for the hotel, how much the Uber cost. They have Uber in almost all the countries I went to, which was mind-blowing, but it was amazing. And on top of that, I recorded the entire experience. I have footage of everything for a year, so I have over 100 worth of footage to edit to show to you guys. And I know I've been saying I have a ton of footage and I haven't released it, but I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna try to work on releasing one a week and all of that. But it's gonna go into now what I'm about to tell you in terms of the changes that I've made in last year. So last year I decided that I was going to build out my 12 travels, not I said 12 travels of Christmas. I decided that I was going to build out my travel agency. I really think that I have a natural knack for travel, and people are always asking me, how do I get this? How do you get this? I want to go here. What's the best thing to do here? So I said, you know what, instead of trying to do this for myself and just be all selfish, I try my best to share my experience, share my knowledge with everything I know and all of that. but I don't think it's enough. So what I have decided to do is to start my travel agency business where I help people to travel, especially first-time travelers. That's one of the things that I would really love to do is help people who have never traveled before experiencing. But my focus is going to be on solo travel. You want to travel by themselves or group travel. And I mean like huge groups. Like you want to go on a cruise, you have a wedding, whatever it is, I got you. So in the process of me going through all of that, mark you, I have been a travel agent since 2020, but I haven't advertised my services. When people come to me and they ask me about, me helping them, I'll do it for free. It's funny, but initially I did it for free and then I started getting paid for it. But one of the common things that they mentioned was that how smooth the process was because I was super knowledgeable about the areas that I was sending them to. All of the 18 countries I've been to, I have knowledge how to navigate the country, every single one of them. And I also have friends in all those countries. And on top of that, I have connections in terms of companies, tour agencies, tour guides, transportation companies in all the countries that I've been to. I was intentional. So I kept the connection while I was traveling to all these countries. So I have to connect to all these countries that I'm visiting. So this is going to help me, or help you rather, if you decide to make me do it for you, help you with the booking your trip. So my goal last year was to build up my travel agency, and I'm doing good. I was doing good with it, right? And in the process of building out my travel channel, not travel channel, well, this is a travel channel too, but the process of building out my travel agency, I have another business that I have been working on since 2017, and that is IT, because I'm a techie developer turned project manager, but where I'm now managing the projects that I once was doing development and stuff. So we fix and maintain websites. So that's a business that I was running as well last year, still doing it, but focus now is on Jattractions. And I decided last year that I was going to go to a WordPress conference that they have every year. And in the process of me going, well, I went there, amazing. On my way back, I was on the bus coming from Maryland, crossing over to DC. And on the bus, I got a call. It was maybe like after 7 there, but it's summer, so after 7 kind of still look bright, right? But in all honesty, it was outside of working hours. So for a travel agency, if you were gonna call a travel agency, you wouldn't have gotten them because they are closed. They're out of office. However, the call came in, and this guy, I didn't remember what his name was. He called, he was asking, "This is the travel agency?" I said, "Yes, how may I assist?" And he said that, I have a group of people that I have a couple groups of people that I wanted to book their trip for them to come into the country, into Jamaica. He said that he was saying that he is a driver with the Jamaica Transportation Authority. I do not want to butcher the name. How do I explain this? They are certified by the Jamaica Tourist Board to do transport. Whatever the body is, that one, right? He says he has his ID and everything, right? He is just a transportation person, and he had a couple groups, I don't know, but he had them. They wanted to come from the US, and he wanted to book their travel. So I'm like, okay, no problems. And I was asking different information, like like, how big is the party? And he was saying in multiple groups. So I said, okay, let's start with the first group. We were going through it, and I mean, these numbers were big. He was talking about 28 adults, 17 children. So for me now, while listening to that, I wanted to know the preferences, because I know some people have preferences in terms of airlines they want to book with, hotels they want to book with, if they have some kind of reward thing with a particular hotel that they want. All of these things, preferences and all of that. So we were there I wanted to know the age group of everybody to see who is under 2, who was, because with airlines, if under 2, you don't pay any money. Above that, the hotel is different. They have different pricing for the different age group and all that. So I was going through that with him, with each group, and he was taking a really, really long time to go through, right? But before we went into that, I said, on the bus, I said, give me like 30 minutes and I'll call you back, right? So got from the bus, take the bus, the train, got back to my hotel, and I was roaming at the time with Jamaica phone number, Digicel. I was roaming, so you don't get charged to receive calls, but you have to pay. I mean, before they used to give you free minutes up to a certain amount, but I don't know what happened. They took it away, so now you have to pay to make the calls. So I knew it was gonna be not say expensive, but I didn't know how long he was gonna be on the call for, and I had to buy credit because I'm on prepaid, so I had to buy credit to call him back. And yeah, he was on the, and he was going so slow, and I was like, okay, so with the information for this person, and he said, okay, give me a second. And during the process of him, like, he kept saying, give me a second. So I'm like, okay, cool. Mark you all of this time, money's coming off my card. It's like, it's credit, right? And I'm overseas. It's a little bit more expensive than normal. And during the pauses, I heard him saying something like masturbate, right? I'm like, first of all, I was saying to myself, girl, nah, he didn't say that. You just didn't hear right? And he said it a couple times, and I was like, did he really? No, I don't think so, right? Because the information that he was providing, the questions that he was asking, payment methods, what's the cost per person, all of these things, it was very valuable information, and he sounded very knowledgeable about the hotels, about the attractions. He was talking about going to the Bob Marley Museum to drop off a group and all these things. He sounded like he worked in the industry. So I was genuinely interested in learning more about the groups and whatever. And he listed about maybe 3 or 4 groups that he needed information for. And I'm saying to him, seeing that this is taking so long, I'm going to send you my email address, and you just send me all this information, and I will go do my research and I'll get back to you, right? And he kept saying no or something. It was like, and I was getting like so frustrated, because I'm like, bro, I was like, listen, the information, you're taking a really long time. We've been on the call for over half an hour and a half. And please, I'm going to say, I had just sent you my email address. Please send me the information. I don't know what happened. It got cut off. And that was it. I was like, that was a weird conversation. I tried calling, but I don't know what happened. It didn't go through. I was like, okay, if he's interested, he'll call back. I didn't hear from him at all. And it was getting super late. I mean, after 8, booking a reservation, and it's fine. I mean, if it's already your customer. But for a new customer calling at that time, he was saying he works in the day, so this is the time that's best for him to call and give this information. I'm like, okay. I didn't hear from him. I came back to Jamaica, and a week after that, he called again around the same time, right? And he said, he said he was pretty much picking up from where he left off. But the good thing is I have a book with all that information, so when he called, I just give me a second, I pulled up the book and I had the information already. I said, okay, I have this information already. You want to pick up from where we left off, and because we're in Jamaica now, you know, it's credit, so it's cheaper. So if anything happens, I need to call back, I'll call back. It's fine. And we were there. I kid you not, we were on the call for 2 hours with him going through the different groups, because when he called again the second time, he had more groups. And I was like, is this man, I was saying to myself, God, is this man playing with me? Is this man playing with me? I had the same experience where I'm saying to myself, when he would break and say, give me a second to get more information, I would hear him mumble something again, and it to me it sounds like he's saying masturbation, right? Or masturbate. I was like, bro, is he really playing with me? Anyway, I said, you know, let me not go there. I probably didn't hear right. So we're still going through everything. She's going through all the group and all of that. And I'm like, no, something ain't right. This man paused again and he said it. And I was like, hold on a second. Let me listen again. Because I want to be very clear to see if I'm not tripping. And this time he said it a little different, that made it a little clearer, right? He said, first of all, he went into a little bit more personal thing, talking about how he was in his 30s, he was 35 years old, and he's a grandfather. His son had a child early and all the things, and I'm like, okay, too much information, but you know, you just try listening to them and hear them talk about all the things and how work and all this, and he has this and all of that. I'm just listening. I'm just, you know, taking all the information. And we got to the point where we're getting a little bit more information from one of the new group. And he said, give me a second to go get the information. And then he said, or I heard him say, because it could be me. I heard him say, I don't normally masturbate this much. I said, hold on a minute. So now I'm like, bro, he definitely said that, right? He definitely said that. So I said, I don't mean to be rude, but did you say masturbate? And he paused, and I said, unbelievable. I said, you know what? Have a good night. And I hung up the phone. I came off the phone and I bawled my eyes out. I bawled my eyes out because I felt so disrespected. Marco, I've already invested about 4 hours of my time talking to this man about different groups and different children and the age group and the type of hotel they wanted to book and the plane they wanted to go on and all these things, and the preference between Delta and American Airline and all of these things. And I'm like, did this man call me all this time to masturbate to my voice? Listen, when I tell you I bawled my eyes out, I bawled my eyes out, man. I felt so disrespected, so I was irritated, I was angry, it was a lot of feeling at the same time. And I said to myself, after I cried and everything, I said, what have you learned from this experience? Because I always say to myself, try to find the positive out of every bad scenario situation. And I said to myself, what did you learn from this scenario or situation? And I said, you know what? With me going through this process with him about huge groups, because when I do groups, it's normally one group, but I had to deal with multiple groups and collect multiple group information and think about, and he made me think about things that I've never considered. For example, when he mentioned the airline preference, I'm like, damn, that's a good question, because I have a preference. I know others do. I've never traveled with some airlines, and I will never travel again with some airlines for a particular reason. So I do get that. And when he asked about the payment method in this way and all of that, and I was like, he helped me kind of fine tune my process. And I said, you know what? That is what I learned. And on top of that, he told me that he checked with other travel agencies, and he shared the information that he got from them about the pricing and whatever. So I have like industry standard. It's an industry standard, but he's like, okay, you know, this was more expensive here or whatever. So I was like, maybe he was telling a lie, I don't know, but he made me think or consider things that I would have never thought about. And I found ways how I could tweak my process to now incorporate the things that he had asked me. So at the end of the day, I said, you know what, even though this guy was messing with me, and I hope you are listening, because I would report you to the police, okay? Please stop going around doing that to people. And I know this is April, just I think it's April Fool's. This happened for real, but I think he was fooling me, right? And yeah, I learned a lot from that experience, in the sense where how to build up my process or how to fine tune my process. And in a weird way, I'm grateful for that. Yeah, in a weird way, I can say I learned from this experience. But on the bright side, I now offer travel. And on top of that, the 19 countries I've been to, 10 of those countries are visa-free countries. And I know the entire experience because I went to these countries on just my Jamaican passport. And therefore, I know what to expect. I know the questions they're going to ask you. I know how to fly in, how to walk in, because I literally walked from the Costa Rican border to Panama border. The things that they asked me, they were asking for bank statement and all these things. Like, I know what you will need if you are a Jamaican traveling to those countries without a visa. So I have a lot of intel, and I've recorded the entire thing to share with you guys. I'm really excited for the new year. I know I've started late. This is April now, but I'm really excited for what is to come. And if you know if anybody who want the assistance in how to do travel, how to travel wherever, I'm here to assist you. But in addition to that, for those who want to do it themselves, I will be producing video or doing videos for, I'll be doing videos for how to book the travel, how to navigate it yourself. But if you get stuck and you need help, just click the link below and learn more about how I can assist you. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what has been going on, and I look forward to the new year. I would say new year. The year has already started. We already finished first quarter. We're in the second year, but second quarter. And yeah, I have a lot of footage for you guys. But the first thing I'm going to do is push out the footage that I should have pushed out from 2022, which is the 12 travels of Christmas. It's not gonna be the 12 travels for St. Anne. It was amazing. I hope you get to experience that virtually through me. And I have a ton of footage from before 2020 and before all of that I'm gonna push out before I release the journey to 198. I found out that my journey to 198, or my goal the goal was to achieve it in 2024, but I found out that it was not going to be realistic because of how many visas I will need, how much movement I'll have to do, the return time for getting back my passport when I submit it into an embassy. Some of them is 4 weeks, some of them you have to send it out of the country, some of them the embassies are not even in Jamaica, you have to go elsewhere, and it's a very hectic process. And on top of that, you gotta ship a ton of documents and all these things, and some of them are hard to get, they're expensive, and all these things. And when I think about it, it's over 100. It's over 100 visas. It's over 100 visas. I was like, yo, it's ridiculous. And what 2022 told me about traveling so fast to all these 18 countries, it is not realistic. So I'm gonna go at a slower pace. I'm still gonna knock out a couple countries. My next country that I want to visit, hopefully for my birthday, is going to be Cuba. I've been singing on Cuba for so long. I want to go to Cuba. I want to go back to South America because I want to finish South America. There is Guyana to do. There is Suriname to do. There is Venezuela. That one I'm worried about, but Venezuela is there. And Paraguay, because I need a visa for Paraguay. The problem with Paraguay, when I was down that side, is they spoke Spanish and my Spanish wasn't 100%, and applying to an embassy in Spanish while in a Spanish speaking country and your English is not good was very difficult, because nobody Bolivia told me that this is gonna be it's gonna be a hard process because nobody's really willing to help. They're really not willing to help, to be honest, and they made the process so difficult. So what I'm going to do is apply for the Paraguay visa from here. Hopefully I'm going to reach out to Foreign Affairs, and that's one thing I learned about Foreign Affairs, is that if you need information about any country that you need to visit to, PICA would not be the place for you to call, meaning passport people. PICA. The Foreign Affairs, like Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they are the people to call, because when I called them to find out about, I think it was Argentina, I don't remember, I got stuck in Chile because the guy was saying that I need a visa for Argentina, and I was like, bro, I already researched it, I don't need a visa for Argentina. I had to confirm with the Argentine embassy in Chile, and on top of that I had to call Ministry of Foreign Affairs to get confirmation. I had to call my friend, to call manager for all the things to confirm. And when I called them, they knew everything. They had a long list of all the countries, and it's like, oh, this country 30 days, this country this, did you need this and this? And I was like, you were who I needed to call all along? So if you have any questions, you call Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They got a ton of numbers. Some of them might not work, but they're the people to call. Yeah, or the embassy or consulate, wherever they are. If you can't find them, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But yeah, have a ton of information, guys, for you, and I really look forward to sharing it all with you. I really look forward to exploring all of these countries, and at the end of visiting all of these countries, I want to have a big party. I think it's the first time I've ever said this, but I want to have a big party at the end of the whole thing to celebrate my achievement, and I want to bring all of you guys with me to celebrate. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I really want to knock out a couple countries. I want to go to Europe this year. I want to go to Africa this year. I already have my invite, so I just need to navigate that. But I'm looking forward to share all these things with you. I've only been to most of the Spanish-speaking country. I think I only have 4 Spanish-speaking countries left to visit. My Spanish is not solid, but I can help myself. I'm good at it. I can help myself. And kudos to Duolingo. They're not a sponsor, but they really helped. They really helped for me, the vocabulary and all the things, and I'm immersing myself in the culture and being forced to speak Spanish really helped. Yeah, I look forward to a lot of things, and I look forward to a video next week Thursday with the first video of the 12 Travels of Christmas, or the 12 Travels of Saint Anne. I heard somebody saying that I love my favorite Christmas YouTuber, and it pained my heart so much because it was true, and I didn't want it to be true, but it was true. Christmas YouTuber, I hate it. So I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be more consistent. I see a lot of people out there who drop off, and I see some people who are doing amazing things, but I'm looking forward to what is to come. So look forward to another video next week Thursday, 7 p.m. with Saint Anne. Saint Anne was amazing. Saint Anne was amazing. Saint Anne has all the countries, all the attractions that couldn't hold in all the other countries, all the other parishes. So yeah, look out for a Saint Anne video. And after the Saint Anne videos, I'll start pushing the old stuff that I had from before COVID, and that is the Mardi Gras, the going to Hollywood, going to Vegas. I did Vegas, honey. I didn't gamble, but I have a lot in store, guys, so bear with me. I'm here though. I'm back. I'm back. Signing out. I know it's been long, but look forward to everything. I look forward to great things. And I stop rambling. Signing out. It is after 3 in the morning. When you get this, it'll be 7 o'clock in the night. But it is April 1st. Happy April Fools. And no, I'm not. Nothing is fake. I'm just saying, happy April Fools.